How's it going, everyone? Doug is in the guest, Monster Hunters and Monster Hunties. It's your boy Dak908, aka the Big Doug himself. And today, ladies and gents, we are going to be doing the Metroid Special Mission DLC quest. In this quest, you fight a Hyper Yian Garuga. That is correct, Hyper Yian Garuga. Alright, and whenever we do one of these DLC quests, I'll let you know all the ins and the outs about the whatever the heck is going on with the quest, what special parameters there are, and what's special about the monster. And in this particular case, I will talk about the special about this monster. It is a Yian Garuga, of course, but it's a Hyper Yian Garuga, so if you've never fought a hyper monster yet before, be prepared for some G-rank type stuff. Granted, this game doesn't have G-rank, but these monsters in here, they hit quite G-rank-esque, if you will. But, again, be prepared to get hit very hard. Okay, Yian Garuga already kind of hits hard by himself, so Hyper Yian Garuga just hits very hard. If you never fought a hyper monster, because I don't think we've had a chance to talk about hyper monsters, we'll talk about it briefly. The black splotches, I guess you could say, on the monster's body, you hit those to actually speed up your hunter art charges. So, for instance, let's say, for whatever reason, if you were wanting to get a particular hunter art, you would poke a monster 15 times, you would have it fulfilled, right? Well, with hyper monsters, if you hit that black spot on their body, it would only take like 3 hits, and then you would get it. It expedites it that much. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So that's just one thing about the hyper monsters. Another thing about the hyper monsters is that they hit very, very hard. They have their own materials at the end of the quest once you defeat them. And they have their own ticket, if you will. Certain weapons, if you want to max them out all the way, require hyper monster parts and hyper monster tickets. Alright, so with that being said, understand that he hits hard, and whenever a hyper monster is revving up to do one of its signature attacks, it will make a weird sound effect, like a you know, you'll hear it. That's a great tell to know that you should probably get out of the way, because that attack's going to do lots of damage. But let's move over. This Yian Garuga is a very large Yian Garuga. I don't think if you noticed right away, but if you didn't, this will probably be one of the larger Yian Garuga that you've yet to fight, because I mean that's just what the special thing is about the Yian Garuga in this particular DLC quest. Not every DLC quest will come with a particular set of skills, not a particular set of skills, a particular set of parameters in which the monster is going to undertake. But this is definitely one of those cases. This is going to be a large Yian Garuga. But other than that, it is a Hyper Yian Garuga. If you know what it takes to fight hyper monsters, then you're going to be relatively good hands. There's nothing else special about him. It's just a standard Yian Garuga. If you want to learn how to fight Yian Garuga, I will have the video about me fighting one in the description, so you can check there if you need to, employ some tactics and whatnot. Because I'm not going to talk about any tactics here. I'm just going to talk about what this quest actually gives. This quest gives you, par for the course, your Metroid equipment. Now, this comes with Vera armor, Zero Suit armor, and also the Arm Cannon light bowgun. Now, compared to the is it Vajra armor? I'm gonna call it Vera armor. I'm gonna call it the Samus armor. Compared to the Samus armor, because people are gonna get on my pronunciation, I hate you guys. But compared to the Samus armor from Monster Hunter Ultimate, this one is a little bit more lackluster. The only skills that comes with is, I think, Blight Resistance and Hot Blooded. I mean, that's not that bad, but compared to that, it gave you Wellness prior, which Wellness is an incredibly great skill. It kind of leaves you wondering, like, what the heck. But the Zero Suit armor actually comes with stamina recovery up and I think evasion. Yeah, stamina recovery up and evasion. Granted, it has a negative effect to that of defense, so you might have to, look into that. But the arm cannon for the light bowgun, well, the light bowgun arm cannon, from what I hear, is actually pretty good. Now, granted, I am not a light bowgun user. I don't really bowgun. I couldn't tell you the ins and the outs and whatnots, but everyone tells me that it's fairly decent. It has pretty decent attack on it, and I'm sure you can upgrade it and whatnots. Now, one thing I will say about this particular quest, though, if you are really trying to get this Zero Suit gear and this Metroid gear and all the stuff, whatever, look into completing the sub-quest, okay? Now, if you complete the sub-quest, you almost always, by my from every time that I've done it, I was able to get so. I mean, nothing is, 100% true, except death and taxes. And, yeah. But if you complete the sub-quest, you get extra what are known as Samus coins, tickets, or whatever you want to call them, to actually get the equipment. You get extra ones in the sub-quest box, so totally run that. I currently have 9, I've only done the quest twice. Huzzah! So, look at it like that. But with that being said, everyone, that's pretty much all I have for you when it comes to fighting this guy. I mean, it's the Yian Garuga. I will have the video in which you would need to look at to understand how to fight the Yian Garuga in the description if you have to fight one. Granted, you definitely want to bring your friends to this because it is a hyper monster. Doing this solo or just like 2 mana will be a bit of a challenge, so bring as many friends as you can. Remember, come here with all your swords because this guy hits very hard. 2 to 3 hits and then you're curtained. Okay, real talk. Bring about 400, maybe 450-ish defense before trying to come in here, so that way you can stand somewhat of a chance. I know there's people out there saying, but I've done it with only 120 defense. Congratulations, here's your trophy. I don't have one, but I would totally give you a trophy. But that's that. Regardless, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Hopefully you found this video relatively helpful. If not, then hey, what are you gonna do? I guess dislike it, right? There's more to come, guys. There's more to come. Stand by for more, and may the desired sense of forever be in your favor.